Yes, this is Professor Desiree Dubonnet, Professor of Medicine at the International Medical University. We're going to be talking today about third-party insurance payment. And you see, insurance companies, they do not write checks to devices. Come on, let's get real. You see, people don't pay devices for therapy, neither do insurance companies. People pay therapists. Insurance companies want to pay properly trained, educated, experienced professional therapists. The device needs to be legal, safe, and effective. And you need to get current, real legal software. Validation is important, but the real insurance payment is to get quality training and get skill as a therapist, a well-generated background. Are you properly trained? Or are you still whining about immune? If you're whining, there's other places to go. Can you read a book? Can you watch a video over 2 minutes long? You got to get past this YouTube idea where attention spans are 30, 40 seconds. Do you want to get properly trained? Will you watch some well-made videos? I've taken the effort to make some really quality stuff for you, entertaining. Will you read the books? Can you make yourself into a better therapist? It's just applying a little bit of dedication and willpower. We have to understand that the international license and biofeedback is real, and there's nothing stopping you. You see, biofeedback is not regulated in all of America, so thereby you can use the international license and biofeedback. You should be proud of it. There's no reason that you can't use it as long as you tell people it's an international license. If you have legal questions, come to us where we can provide the education and the experience to answer those questions. As we do insurance payment, recognize we want to do it right the first time, not to get a black mark on us.
First thing we're going to do is turn on the cybermagnetic chair. We'll pick one of those 55 minutes and we'll just put it into the background.
In the cybermagnetic chair, we can use this as part of the process. It's a class 1 device. We can use this. But here we have different types of music that can be sent into the patient through sound and magnetically, and look at how they react. And it works with our system through the SCIO, through the adductor, through the indigo as well.
This is the cybermagnetic chair. We're going to be sending these electrical energies in magnetically, and we'll be looking at her reaction back. Okay? We're going to go to the office, 55-minute office visit.
You see, now you can use these buttons inside class up here to turn it on and off the music so that you won't have that music from class interrupting you.
We choose a 55-minute office visit.
We can choose one of these different types of healing music or other types of music designed to help people, because the cybermagnetics, it unlocks the dormant epigenetic genes frozen in
Now,
people.
as we have, there's all different types of ways to do the cybermagnetic chair. That's not really an insurance billing. I'll be doing I'll explain more of that tomorrow about cybermagnetic chair. I want to make sure you get the adductor. But the bottom line, what we're going to be doing now is we're picking a type of music. And the healer music is what we're going to do. She's a healer, and we want to give her energy that will help to make her a better healer. Like we saw in the thing where Christy was with the machine. That's a special type of energy that people have. Okay? And we've made sounds and vibrations, etc., to help enhance that. And that's the choice. So in the cybermagnetic chair, I want to be able to choose these.
You see, there's plenty of research that shows us just what happens in a healer's body electrically when they're doing healing. And we can use the cybermagnetic chair to instill that into the human.
Let's look at what the cybermagnetic chair is doing.
It's sending in energy and looking for a reflection of a magnetic impulse. Thereby, it's harmonizing. Now, it's working with our SCIO, our indigo, our educator, our adductor, all to work with a new way of treating beyond just the electrical impulse into the magnetic impulse that we can see coming in and out of the body.
Energy's going in, okay? And we see the energy coming back out, energy going in on the bottom, energy coming back out on the top. And gradually, as this works, her body will start to get more in harmony as the magnetic energy will flow through the waters of her body, and waters have a magnetic action. They're a polar substance, meaning they have poles, north and south poles. Water is a paramagnetic substance. It has magnetic influence. That allows us to live because it increases osmosis. We couldn't have osmosis if it wasn't a polar substance. And since water is a slight magnet, we're going to now, by applying this magnetic energy into her body, slowly over the course of the next hour, her body will start to harmonize and more of that will come through. We can hear this for a second. And she's chosen Vivaldi today. Okay, back in. So now, this is what's being played into her body, you see, and this is happening. Now, we, with the cybermagnetic chair, we have a new instrument. We have a series of different point probes and rollers, etc., that allow us to do therapy because the cybermagnetic chair is not a class 2 device, it's a class 1 device.
We can stimulate the healing, and it's the healing that happens inside the body. Now, using the scalar energy, we're trying to awaken that healing energy within the body. This is a new wand we're allowed to use on acupuncture points.
Class 1 device means that we can market it in America and in Europe freely. We cannot make medical claims for it. We make medical claims for the Eductor. It's a class 2 device. The magnetic device is sending, it's an adjustment, it's an assist to this, okay? But now we have a different vehicle to be able to supply different points for acupuncture meridian, because now we can take the energy of the Eductor and apply it to the acupuncture points, or take the energy of the cybermagnetic chair and apply it to the points.
In our books and other videos, we teach you exactly how to use these to stimulate different areas of the brain. Very, very interesting, using the Skio-Eductor energy to go into the brain from a point probe that's coupled with the cybermagnetic chair, development of the technology.
And we can see over here that the Eductor is not on. And it's come on. Now,
as we turn on the Eductor, we're going to see one of the new movies that helps to come on to the little box. Very, very professional, beautiful system designed for your needs and biofeedback. Here we have the box sitting next to the computer. And as it goes through, it starts to awaken the system and works together. The cybermagnetic chair software works with it. So we can send in electrical energy looking for reaction and magnetic sound energy look for reaction as well. The new process in medicine.
Oh, the two of them are interfacing. We found connective tissue problems with her, circulation. It has not found a chromosome problem yet with her. But now it's assisting and working with.
Energy coming in and out, you see, because as we see on the bottom, you see the energy coming out of the computer, and at the top, we see the reflected energy coming back. As the time goes by, the body will start to be more coherent and take on that energy deeper and deeper.
Each one of these, the cybermagnetic chair and the Eductor, are creating data files, and once every second they talk. What did you find? Oh, I found this. Really? Look what I found. And they're talking to each other. And since they're doing it about once every second, mathematically, in computer terms, this thing is, what's the hertz now? What's the hertz of a new computer, Gary? What's the speed of the processor now? What's the hertz? 3 giga? If the two had to talk every operation, they couldn't. But for them to throw a little data file, you say, for them to talk. So there's no interference here. And this is how the big is going to work now. She's asking the SOC questions. And
the SOC questions are very important, as we're asking about lifestyle. And this is part of the insurance code, and it has its own number, 90875.
She's asking the SOC questions, and these SOC questions will be a $25 CPT code charge. Biofeedback floundered for years. Biofeedback was the big rage in the 60s and 70s, but it just didn't work. It just didn't work like they thought it would. Drug companies hated it and pushed it down, but about 15 years ago, the biofeedback people said, wait a minute, we really have found that behavior is interfering with the biofeedback from working. So if we could now ask questions of behavior and get more responsibility, would that not help? And yes, and now that has pushed biofeedback into the front. And if you're not willing to do the SOC, there are several very, very good job opportunities in the house cleaning field. And Holiday Inn is always looking for somebody to clean up those rooms.
You need to get professional, do the SOC. You need to be able to work if you're going to do insurance billing and biofeedback.
So do the SOC. It's important. She's asking those questions. She's putting in the date of birth. We're going to do the calibration.
And the adductor is turning on the calibration process. Here, electrical energies are challenging the body, trying to find how fast the body reacts, what is the voltage capacity of the body, the amperage, the resistance, the basic body electric variables, what I like to call the electrical vital signs, the hydration, the oxidation index, the proton pressure, the electron pressure, a reflection of the pH of the body, the acid-alkaline environment. As the adductor is calibrating to this, measuring the speed of reactions, the body electric, it will now remember this so that we will be starting our process, treating the body electric as it normally is, so that we can trickle in electrons that are needed or take electrons out if there's an excess. All of this has to be done very, very carefully.
As normal. We do the calibration, and now the exciting part will come up after. We're doing the calibration because the machine really needs to know how much electrical energy is in the body. What is the speed of reaction? This is the calibration process. How fast is the body? And you can see up there in the corner, see cybermagnetic chair.
Here's our trademark for the cybermagnetics.
Now the SKIO says the cybermagnetic chair is on. The cybermagnetic chair says that it's on, and you should tell the Venta if it's an adductor, have an adductor picture. Okay? But now the two of them are together. Hi, 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 howdy, howdy, howdy. Okay? And the cybermagnetic chair is going to be designed, and you can see the pretty little pictures that are happening here. Nice little videos. Sorry that you can't see them. You see them in the video. Okay? Now it says, do you want to do the EEG, ECG panel?
As we go into this on the button here, coming out of the calibration, we can now do an EEG, ECG test. We do this very simply to get a one-screen scan. This will give us a professional pre-test. Then we'll do a post-test later.
We want to do, this is for insurance payment or for whatever reason, but basically this is for insurance. We're going to say yes. We go up here and we're going to start the, what do you want to do first? We're going to do the EEG first, okay? So we do the EEG. It usually takes one screenshot to get stable. Okay? We're now seeing left and right hemisphere.
See, we can see the left and right hemisphere to be able to tell just what's going on in the verbal versus the intuitive mind.
The left is black, and the right is blue. Yes. When you have this on your on your computer, you'll see it much more easy. Left is black, like the left in the leg is black, and the right is blue. Okay.
Here's a picture of some epileptic spindles that one of the patients had.
Now, when we get a good screenshot, we're seeing this. And of course, it's analyzing it. But right now, we're seeing both hemispheres of the brain. When we get a good screenshot, we like that last one, which that's not a bad one there. Of course, she's throwing some epileptic spindles. Now, if you click it now, it saves the last one. Click it now. Okay. Now, we saved that pre-picture. We had a good one. We saw both upper and left. And we're saving that EEG picture for the insurance. Okay? Now we can do the ECG. Now we do the electrocardiogram.
And here we're going to get a professional electrocardiogram done from 3 poles. It's a base that can help to give us information.
We're saving this for an insurance record. Automatically being saved. Automatically being saved. There's no such word as saving, I suppose. It's a new word, isn't it? Now we're doing another screenshot, and he's got it too bunched. We're not really seeing her. That's her heart rate. That's a good one at the end of this one. At the end of that, we're going to save that one. Now we got a before and after ECG. The ECG needs. Okay, we got that now. The important thing to the insurance companies that we did it. Close. Okay? Sure you want to leave? Yes. We just established very quickly an EEG and an ECG at professional levels. Okay?
Having done our base pre-ECG EEG, now as the adductor starts to test and starts doing its scan, as you all know how to use this system, as we start doing the zeroid analysis, and we can go into therapies and do whatever we want for the majority of our test. And now with the new adductor, we have extreme abilities to go in to do quantum resonant biofeedback, where we are more intensely working to help build and restore the body electric. This is the idea of the quantum biofeedback that we're doing, the quantum resonant, because not only are we measuring biofeedback and feeding it back, but we are giving the body electrical energy to help correct all of the aberrant problems and to help to restore the body's health and wellness. Once we can start to increase osmosis with a little electrical tingle, all things start to work better. And that's what our system does in what we call quantum resonant biofeedback. You need to learn more about this so that you can express it and learn about the validation and verification. We all need to become more professional. And as we've done our work in the training, then we need to finish our work to be able to get that insurance billing. Medication or biofeedback, what's best for you? See, some people want to look at drug-free ways. And that's what we'll be doing here as we are developing the super bill. Now here we have the process of how you're going to be able to change the heading on that super bill. By clicking on these different buttons, going into the report data procedure, you can now put in the name of your clinic, your address, your telephone, that will go onto the top of this, where you see mine, Natural Healing Center, Professor Nelson. You'll be able to change it as you're making not just the super bill, but the super DESI. And as we get into the insurance pay, we now need to recognize, as you go through this list, going to be working on different ways of getting the contract, the referral, because you do not have the license to diagnose if you're just a biofeedback therapist. You're going to need help. And you can access the insurance billing program here through this button after you've done the post-test ECG and ECG. And you put that material up, and now you can be able to go through and build a report leading to the super bill which you will give the patient. You can give all these things to the patient if you wish, or you can keep them, but you have to keep them secret with a password-protected system in order to obey the HIPAA laws. If you have questions on HIPAA, go to the HIPAA book and watch the HIPAA videos. Here we have the basic SOC form that we can store on today's patient, keeping in mind the SOC changes as time goes by. Sometimes you want to modify that. We keep a record of the initial contract, and that one contract is good enough that will last for a while. You might want a new one. Then you have to understand about the contract and the waiver and how to get that. And also, most importantly, the referral. If the patient does not want a referral, they need to sign that on the contract. If they do need a referral, if you want one or you can get one, then you use this form. And you want to get some type of medical referral for safety and protection. Now, the current ICD code for stress is 308.9, but on October the 1st this year, 2014, ICD-10 will come on, and the new code will be F43.0. I learned with the DSM-4 a long time ago, and how to convert DSM to ICD, and oh my God. But now we have the ICD number 9, and that's changing to ICD number 10 very shortly. So keep in mind, as we will have more videos helping you to convert from ICD number 9 to ICD number 10 and becoming more, because even in number 10, there's actually a code for a vampire bite. You need to get knowledge and training. You need to have confidence when you're seeing people. You need to understand that you don't have the ability to make that diagnostic code for stress. You see, the doctors do, and the doctor can do this thing. And most doctors, believe me, in today's world, many doctors will want to work with you. They'll want to be part of that referral process. They can write a prescription for biofeedback. It helps their patients. It reduces their need for the drugs. And the doctor and only the doctor can decide about that need for the drugs. You do not interrupt on that need for the drugs. But you can help give advice. Now, as we're building a before and after the EEG and a before and after the ECG, we're getting all this into the record to be able to store in our computer. We can give copies of the patient to take home, but the insurance company doesn't want all of those reports. They just want the bill, the super bill. And the important thing on the super bill is making sure that the diagnosis, the ICD number, correlates with therapy. Now, therapy is biofeedback. It's going to be associated with stress. So you're going to need to be able to work and make sure the doctor has stress on the diagnosis or something that stress reduction is going to be helpful. We all know that people who can reduce stress, their bodies will improve their ability to heal. We work through the system, making sure that we get all of the different records. And here, as we get the super bill, finally, we can give this to the patient, and it's described who the patient is, what type of billing, what type of diagnosis that the referral process has brought us. And if you don't have a diagnosis from a medical doctor, just write in the word stress. Still, some insurance companies will pay for biofeedback. And when you're done, you can go to the Quantum Wellness apps, and here you're going to find books that will help to give bibliotherapy information to the patient. You're going to find prescription videos, not just to teach, but to also heal. We're going to find information videos, as we have a host of different things that you can now give to the patient. Wellness apps that they can use to help make themselves better, and how to get through this whole process of knowing all the little details. You see, scientists have proved that DNA can be reprogrammed by words and frequencies, and we know that the cybermagnetics help to unlock those locked up epigenetics. You see, in quantum resonance biofeedback, we're going to be working with the body to try to establish an awakening of the body electric, stimulating the body electric. You see, because not everybody wants or needs that medication. Biofeedback can help. And as we are sending energy in and out of the body through that cybernetic loop, our quantum system is going to be instilling responsibility, trying to help people to overcome those barriers. And you can get an international biofeedback license. There's no reason not to. You can become grandfathered in when your state decides to make a license in the future, if you already have a license in the beginning. It's called a law of ex post facto. This is very important. If you have any questions, please find out where to get direct answers. You see, quantum resonance biofeedback, it helps release the pain and the tension, and it helps make people better. You see, you can get insurance payment back to your patients. You can help to build your practice bigger and better than ever. More and more people are waking up to the ideas of a drugless therapy, helping restore responsibility and health through natural ways. And you could be key in that with just a little bit of training. Doesn't take much, but it does take a little bit more than 2 weeks. So here at Immune, we're here to help you. And at Ask and Reveal, we're here to help guide your questions. And please realize who you're asking those questions to, and make sure that you're getting answers from people with education, experience, expertise. We have that for you here at the ABC and here at Immune to help guide you forward. This is Desiree Dubonnet. Thank you.